Okay, Ramsey wraps his arm. Oh, now Kimball comes in from behind and suckers somebody.
Now Vive just got nailed by Finn, and Vive down to the ice.
See,
they should.
I don't know
this
the problem.
Is ridiculous.
Gillis was down on the ice at one point, and Krupp was over top of him, and he didn't want to get up until the referees and the officials got there. Then he got up. Vive, he's down, and I don't know if they really clocked him or if he's just going to stay down for a while to cool things off or what the call is, but he's down and laying right out.
Now Foligno, he is just yelling at Kimball at the Quebec bench.
Rick Dudley is right up in his hind feet right now, slapping his hands together. He's trying to get someone's attention. Now both teams are yapping at one another.
Well, this game is really getting out of hand. Look at Foligno. Kimball.
Well, there goes Kimball. I think he's through for the night. That's Foligno arguing with Bergeron. Now watch Vive right there. 22. Watch what happens. Oh, gee. Got to be a brave man to do that, boy. I'll tell you. It takes a lot.
I wish you bluebirds in the spring to give your.
There's not likely to be any love lost or found when the Sabres square off against the Quebec Nordiques in what could be limited war on ice. Next on the...
He's 120, lost 11 and tied 5, and he has the most wins in the National Hockey League. The officials for tonight's game, the referee, Kerry Fraser, and the linesman, Jerry Pinkman and Mark Perry, and play is underway. Guy Lafleur is not in the lineup tonight for Quebec. Here's Bergeron, but it's an offside call at the... Oh, and here we go right away. It didn't take long. Hartman.
Oh, Hartman's well in the tar of him. Smith didn't even know where he was for about 5 seconds. He had the shirt right up over his head. The lights went out.
Who's that? Greg Smith?
You bet.
I believe it is.
Well, things are so tight down there right now. It didn't take much. Actually, Hartman and Smith kind of bumped into each other. Not much.
And we'll return to Memorial Auditorium in a moment. You're watching Sabres hockey. Miller is not in the lineup, although he was in the warm-up. He was called up from Rochester. And we're talking Vive.
Oh, did he ever get Gillis?
Got Gillis at center ice. Here they go again, folks.
Oh, did Gillis ever...
Kimball and Parker.
Oh, he caught him with a long one. Here they go. Toe-to-toe. Oh, what haymakers they were throwing. Big Jeff Parker just took Gillis and broke him in half, went over and dropped the toughest guy on the ice probably for Quebec with just big looping right. Opened them up, too. Opened them up. You want to play with the bull, you get the horns. And there's Michel Bergeron, the guy that set the whole thing off last night.
So Kimball gets his after last night when he went in and he just leveled Rick Vive from behind with a shot to the helmet. There's Kimball and Parker. They're just screaming.
Jeff knows he got him. He knows he got him. Big looping rights that he ever gets with Dandy's in. I didn't think he could throw him that good. Did he ever catch him? That's the first time I've ever seen this Buffalo club come out and initiate something. Ted, usually they're the ones that stay back and the other team, you know, pounds them around a little bit, then they wake up. Well, tonight they set the tone.
Well, Kimball picks up an extra 2 minutes for instigating. Buffalo will go to the power play.
Here's the big hit right here. Down goes Gillis. Like a ton of bricks. Watch Gillis right here. He's going to try to find out what country he's in. Well, look at him. Look at him. He can hardly stand up. He doesn't know if he's alive right now. You're in Buffalo, by the way.
Yeah. Knocked away, but Gildy almost got it. Now here's another battle.
Oh, Foligno caught him with the left.
And Petit.
Foligno caught him with the left and knocked him right off his feet. And he's a game son of a gun, I'll say that much. That started 30 seconds before they dropped the gloves. Right in front of the Buffalo net. They got tied up. Foligno started working him over. Then Petit worked him over. They followed each other up the ice. Tap sticks. backed off and the gloves were flying, and so was the fur.
15:44 left here in this first period. We've already had 3 fights. And you go back to last night, Gillis picked up 3 minors. Kimball had a minor. And he had 2 fights last night in the game misconduct. McRae had 2 minors. He also had 5 minutes for fighting.
There it is right up here on the left-hand side. You can see Foligno right there. There's the left and a right, and he kind of shoves him right down and loses his balance.
Puck at the side. Now the pass out in front. Arneal was there. Unable to get to the puck, and the Nordiques come back, and here's a break now for Gillis shooting. He scores! Paul Gillis broke away at the Buffalo blue line, and the Nordiques have taken a 1-0 lead. And it was Hogue against Loisel. Here's Hogue and Loisel. They got tied. Oh, here they go.
I think Hogue will surprise a few people. Donnie Lever was telling me that this guy can really throw him. He doesn't fight very often, but he does a pretty good job of it when he has his opportunity.
Hogue and Loisel will go to the penalty box. The Nordiques lead 1-0. You're watching Sabres hockey on the Niagara Frontier Sports Network.
There was a fight. Now there's a kick, all right? There's one thing. Now the cross check. Now the punch in the face. And I think Benoit Hogue has pretty good reason to start firing them at that point.
Claude Loisel goes for cross-checking at 12:04, plus each of them go for fighting. Russo sends it back. Here's Bodger. Side of the net to Turgeon, front to Russo, back and scores! Ray Shepherd gets his 4th goal in the last 7 games. This game is tied at 1. Nice. Sakic. Now Arneal's back on Gillis. Here's a chance for the Nordiques. They score! McKechnie. And the Nordiques have taken a 2-1 lead on McKechnie's goal. And Priestley, Naruto wins the draw. It'll go to the far side. Priestley tried to clear it. 16 seconds. Now we've got another battle going. Here's Dean Kennedy and McRae. Kennedy and McRae. I have no idea how that started. Well, they've got their arms wrapped around each other and waiting for the linesman to come in. Now Kennedy comes back with one. McRae comes back with one. Now the linesmen are ready to step in between. Oh! Did he nail McRae with a right? They'll go to the dressing room. McRae coming into this game 137 minutes in penalties. Dean Kennedy 34 minutes in penalties. Housley back to Ruutu. Ruutu to the side of the net to Turgeon. Front the drive. Gordon, there's Bodger with a shot. He scores! Gordon made the first save, but then Bodger pounced on the rebound to tie this game at 2. Bodger 2, lost 2 and tied 2. Now Stasny against Ruutu, winning the draw. Back to Marois. There's the shot. They score! On the deflection, a power play goal for the Nordiques, and they take a 3-2 lead over the Buffalo Sabres. Their second power play goal in 9 attempts.
Well, occasionally even a blind pig will find an acorn, and watch this shot from back at the point. Here's the face-off. The face-off was lost cleanly. The drive by Marois. You can see Kimball goes to the front of the net. Ramsey has him tied up pretty good, but Kimball pulls away and lays a stick down, and it might have caught him right on the tip of the stick and changed directions into the far corner.
Good positioning by Quebec. A nice shot from Marois, too, keeping it down and giving his man a chance to tip that puck.
Here's the announcement of the goal.
Number 15, Darren Kimball.
Back and gives it to Housley. Priestley, or rather Mogilny, in behind his own net, trying to step away. He has the speed, and here he comes. At center, into the Quebec zone, breaks right in and goes, shoots, Mogilny. What a solo effort, and he hit the goalpost. That would have tied the game, but now Quebec will pick up a penalty. The pass, recovered by Hogue. Hogue turns now, comes back into the Quebec zone. Hogue breaks to the face-off circle. The drive is scored! Benoit Hogue with his 7th goal of the season, and what a burst of speed he put on.
Low camera shots. That's the fellow right there that takes care of them for you all these years.
Now comes back to Ramsey. Ramsey winds up with the drive. Tim, he scores! And the Sabres have taken a 4-3 lead. That puck, I mean, that was going in slow motion, Mike.
Watch the face-off. A beautiful pass back to the point. Here's the drive. He's got a lot of pepper on it, but the save was made. No deflection. Pops up in the air, and actually what the goaltender did was just put it into his own net. He threw it backwards, and he threw it right into his own net. You think of anybody else out in that ice you would like to see score that goal other than Mike Ramsey? That's it. That's the go-ahead goal right there for Buffalo, and they just have to continue to pour it on, and they'll pull away from this hockey club, I'm telling you.
Arneal had gone offside. Ramsey gets his 4th goal of the year from Mogilny and Priestley at the 6:38 mark. Well, here's Housley. Priestley with Foligno in front of the net. Back to Housley. Works it over to Bodger, going in on goal. Shooting, scores! The power play goal. The Sabres go 3 for 10 on the power play, and it's a 5-3 lead Buffalo.
And as usual, Quebec folds like a taco once again. Here's the cross-ice pass. Foligno with the stick right down on the ice. A beautiful goal and really a nice deflection by Foligno. This man really didn't play him tight enough whatsoever. That's Smith, who's supposed to have this guy pretty well under control. What you want to do in that situation is get a hold of the forward stick so he has some control over it, so he can't deflect the puck. He controlled his body a little bit, but he forgot about the stick.
The Nordiques certainly have a terrible road record. They've won only 4 of, now if they lose tonight, of 25 games. Here's the announcement of the goal.
Scored by number 17, Mike Foligno. Assist number 8, Doug Bodger, and number 6, Phil Housley. Foligno from Bodger and Housley. The time 15:33.
Now it's cleared. Deflected through, and it's knocked away by Ramsey with a good move. Here's Arneal shooting and scores! Scott Arneal gets his 13th goal of the season, his 2nd goal in the last 2 games. And the Sabres have a 6-3 lead, and it's all over. The drive, and Puppa makes the save, and the game's all over. Darren Puppa wins his 21st game of the season. And he leads all goaltenders in the win department. Shots on goal in the 3rd period. Buffalo 17, Quebec 12. 44 shots for the Sabres and 37 for the Quebec Nordiques. The very dejected Michel Bergeron. And the Sabres now have taken an 8-point lead over the Montreal Canadiens, and they've moved to within 1 point of the Boston Bruins. There's Kimball waiting to go off the ice surface. 6-3, Buffalo defeating Quebec, and now We are waiting for the three-star selection here in tonight's game.
Sponsored by Reed's Jewelers and chosen by members of the sports media. The third star, the Sabres' Doug Bodger. The second star, the Sabres' Pierre Turgeon. And the first star with a game-winning goal, the Sabres' Mike Ramsey.